Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing amazing. I hope that you're staying safe and staying sane. In today's video, I'm going to be speaking to you guys about 5 books that changed my life absolutely in 2019. And I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy this video. So please stay tuned for more of this. Number 1 is this book. It's called You Can, You Will, 8 Undeniable Qualities of a Leader. The author is none other than Joel Austin. You guys, I'm telling you, this book is absolutely amazing. I think I've spoken about his sermon about the power of I am before, and this book is basically about that. What do you tell yourself every single day? Like, are you the kind of person who believes that you can actually achieve the things that you set out to do? Because many of us usually have a list of things that we want to achieve, usually have a vision board, but the worst part about it is we ourselves don't even believe that we can be able to achieve the things that we've set ourselves to do. So in You Can and You Will, there are 8 simple things that Joel Austin speaks about, and 8 ways in which you can become a winner in every single thing that you do in your lives, and I'm going to be mentioning them in point form. The first one is keep your vision in front of you. I mean, the Bible says that my people perish because of lack of vision or lack of knowledge. So without a vision, there's nothing that you cannot become anyone if you do not have a vision, because a vision enables you to learn how you're going to work towards a certain direction. Exactly. So the second one is run your race. I mean, so many times we keep competing with people who are not even in similar races with us, and it's the saddest thing, because you end up getting so frustrated with someone who's not even journeying the same journey that you are. So run your race, know your race first of all, and learn how to run it yourself. The other thing is expect good things. I think I mentioned it in another video. Human beings, our mind is inclined towards the negative. So even when someone tells you, like, I need to talk to you about something, the first thing you usually think is the negative, and what have I done this time, or what has happened, or what has not happened. So that's the saddest thing about human beings, and Joel Austin keeps reminding us that we should learn to expect good things. Because you see, when you expect good things, your moods are always up there, and it makes you even more positive energy, and you can even attract what you are. The other thing is have a positive mindset. Like, you cannot explain that any further. Like, positivity, positive vibes all the time, and always believe that indeed you can do what you want to do. The other thing, number 5, is commit to excellence. I have a friend, I have to mention her. She's called Tessie. You guys, this girl really inspires me with how she's usually excellent at everything she does. She's the kind of person who you will tell her, please prepare for me this and this. In your mind, you'll have such a rough draft of what you want to do, but when she comes with the presentation, you'll be so shocked. Like, she's taken so much to put it together, and she's so excellent at everything she does, the way she dresses, her nails, as in absolutely everything. Like, good job, Tessie. Like, you're inspiring so many of us out here. Number 6 is keep growing. The beauty of life is that you cannot stay stagnant at the same place. Refuse to be stagnant. Always anticipate growth and work towards it. And the other one is serve others. I mean, we're told that a leader is to be a leader, you need to learn how to serve other people first. It's not about having the title, it's about learning to be of service to humanity. So for you to become a winner, you need to learn how to serve. I mean, if it's in your business, if it's in your workplace, if it's in your YouTube channel, whatever it is you're doing, you need to know that you should serve people in order to be a servant leader. And finally, his last point is stay passionate. I mean, if you're not passionate about what you do, you cannot be able to give it 100%. So that's the first book, You Can and You Will, and it's definitely a book that I would recommend to anyone out here. My second book is this one. It's a 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. You guys, this guy is absolutely real. Like, if there's something I really love about Robert Greene's mode of writing, is the fact that he's real, and the fact that he usually, in this book, he brings about a lot of history. If you're the kind of person who loves history, I'm sure you'll really enjoy reading this book. So he speaks about 48 laws of power. The truth is, I don't agree with absolutely every single law that he speaks about, but I really think he knows what he's saying, and he has a point in most of the things that he's talking about. So basically, in my in a nutshell, the thing I can say about this book and what it taught me is that for you to become the best, or for you to have power and to be a powerful human being, you really need to learn how to manage people. Like, his book is basically about people. How do you interact with people? How do you understand people? How do you read people? It's all about people and learning how to manage people. And the other day I was having a conversation with someone, and they were telling me, for you to be a manager or for you to be a leader in something, you really need to learn how to manage people. And he gave an example of Alex Ferguson, who was a coach, who was a football coach and manager. So he was basically saying, it's not that this guy has all the best strategies when it comes to football and all that. It's basically because this man has learned the art of managing people. And when you manage people, you're able to get the best out of them. And I think for you to be a leader in any corporate, in any ministry, in any business, you really need to learn how to bring out the best in the people who work for you. So I think this book is absolutely amazing, and I'd like to highlight like some of the laws that really made it for me and really cut the cloth for me. Like, I really loved the thing about always say less than necessary. I think we're in a society whereby our mouth, most of us women especially, our mouth runs before our mind. So many times you find yourself saying things, and then later on you ask yourself, what was I even thinking when I was saying that? So he says that it's very important to always say less than necessary, because first of all, the more you speak, the more you have a higher chance of exposing your ignorance. So you really need to tame your mouth and learn how to speak when it's necessary. Another one that I really love was court attention at all costs. I think it basically means that for you to stay relevant, you have to be at the top of everyone's mind. For example, if it's business, one marketing thing that really works is always be at the top of everyone's mind. And that's why you'll see Safaricom is always advertising on news, primetime TV, or always advertising on your social media pages, because they want to be on your mind all the time. Because if you capture the attention of people, then you definitely have a say, you definitely have influence over their life. Another one that I really love was win through your actions, never through your argument. And I'm saying this as a person who's really argumentative. Like, I like to argue. People, I think my family used to think I'd become a lawyer because of that. But basically, it's taught me that you should win through actions. Like, for example, if you're having an argument with your partner or with your family member about something that really annoys you. Let's say, for example, they're always leaving they're always littering, for example. So you should learn how to win through your actions. Let them see you do these things to a point whereby they're like, you know what, Sharon does this a lot, so I think this is something I'd like to emulate. Not through always arguing like, you're always littering, you're always doing this, you're always doing that. No, that's not always going to work. Just learn to teach people to do the things you want them to do, because you are doing them and because you are the best example that they have. The other thing is use absence to increase respect and honor. Like, it's not good to always be present for anyone and everyone, and this is something that I really am trying to learn, because I'm the kind of friend who wants to always be there for my friends. Like, are you having a party or are you going through something? I am there. Are you this and this? I am there. But most of the time, I think one thing that it's made me learn is that you should go where you're needed. You should not always be available for everyone, because people will start to step on you like a doormat, and that's not something that you want in your life at all. So that's the other thing. That's my second book. Third book is it's called Things I Will Tell My Daughter, and it's by Joanne Patia. I've done a video about her other book called I'm Too Pretty to Be Broken, Other Lies You've Been Telling Yourself. I really love this book. I really love the fact that, first of all, as I've said in the other video, she has a very good and interesting style of writing. She is very conversational. When you read her books, you feel like as if you're having a conversation with her. So it's very good. And the thing about Things I Will Tell My Daughter, it's basically her being in retrospect, like thinking about the things she has been through in her life and some of the things she would have done different if she was given a chance to go back to being a young girl. And I really love this book because she speaks about real things that real women go through every single day of their lives. And I'm going to highlight some of the things that stood out the most for me. Number one, let let someone else show up. I've just said that right before this. Like, it's not always about you being there for everyone else. What about you? You also need to be selfish at times, because people will tend to step on you when they see as if you cannot stand up and rise up for your own interests and for your own for yourself, you know. So you can let people show up. You don't have to be the one who's at the office, who's always taking all the work at home. You're always being dumped on things at the office. No, refuse to be that. Know your value and learn that there are other people who can show up on your behalf. Yeah. And then the other thing is, the world owes you nothing, sis. I think I've said this enough in almost all my videos. The world owes you nothing. Stop living your life as if you're an entitled person. Like, everyone out here is just trying to make ends meet. Everyone out here is just trying to live their best lives. So don't think that there's someone out here trying to ensure that you're okay and your life is moving on swiftly. That's not how it works. This world owes you nothing, and they're cruel people out here. Another thing that I really liked was ask for help. Especially us ladies, we tend to overwork ourselves because we feel like we are multitaskers and we have the ability of achieving anything and everything we want to achieve. But the truth is, at times we get so tired of this because you don't want to get help from anyone. But the truth is, we need to learn how to ask for help when we need it. Like, if you're feeling like you're overwhelmed, it's okay to ask for help. Never be shy about that. Another thing I'd like to highlight is don't hold out say what you mean. Say what you mean. I have been a victim of this, because sometimes you're scared of saying what you mean and meaning what you say, because you think people will judge you, people will not hold you in high regard. But the truth is, if you feel something, say what you mean, because it's your own opinion and it's your own view about that particular thing. You don't owe anyone any explanation about what the things you feel and your emotions. So always say what you mean in every situation of your life. High school and primary, I used to really like the chicken soup the chicken soup series. They have very amazing books, and this one I was gifted by my older cousin, who's like a sister to me. Thank you so much, Wango, for this book. I really love it, and it's basically about finding your own happiness. So in this series, it's a compilation of different stories from different people who speak about ways in which they were able to find happiness in the midst of their tragedies or in the midst of their tough seasons in life. So it's a really good book, because when you get to see other people's perspective about this thing called happiness. What do people consider happiness in their lives? And even in the midst of all the challenges you are about to go through in your life, or you are currently going through your life, there's always a silver lining at the end of every dark cloud. So this book is basically about that. So let me read the back so that you can see what I mean. There are many roads to happiness. After you read these stories, you'll be much better equipped to find the path and the destination that's right for you. So basically, in life, happiness is something that's within you, and it's something that you can find on your own. So you don't think you'll get happiness in other people. Happiness is a decision you make every single day to make the most out of everything that life throws at you. So yeah, that's my fourth book. My fifth book is this one. It's called What the CEO Wants You to Know. Hey, you guys, I think this is my best career book I've read so far. It's basically about how CEOs think about their employees and what they usually expect from each and every employee they have. So it shows you exactly what runs behind the mind of a founder of a company, or behind the mind of a chief executive officer of a company. And basically it's all about what do you bring into the company in terms of revenue. So if you're in the marketing department like I am, so what is marketing bringing into the particular company you're working for? It's not all about looking pretty and going to the office and pretending to be busy and working. It's all about what revenue you bring into the organization. So this basically is about that. It shows you how cash flow works, money in and money out. It's going to really open up your mind, especially if you also want to be an employer, or if you want to be a CEO of your own company. It's an absolutely amazing read for anyone out there, and I would definitely recommend it. It's by Ram Charan, and they're saying it's like a bestseller because they've sold over 300,000 copies worldwide. So it's how your company really works. Like, it just shows you how your company works, the ins and outs of your company that you will never get to know, because most of the companies usually keep it a secret. But it's absolutely amazing, and I think every single person should read that, whether you're in marketing, finance, HR, operations. Everyone should read that book. Final book! My final book is by none other than the amazing Sharon Cookie! I mean, sometimes you have to be your greatest cheerleader and you have to pump yourself up, because that's what life is about. You are your greatest support system. So my best book and final book is Let's Make Lemonade. Here you go. Oh my god, this book. You guys, this sounds weird, but I am the kind of person who likes to watch my own videos and just be like, oh, that's so inspiring. Gosh, did you just do that, honey? Yes, this was one of the best books I read last year. And I don't mean to blow my own horn, but this book, it's such a simple read. It's only around 100 pages, but it's a book that will totally change your life. It's just basically about how I personally learned how to make lemonade with all the lemons that life threw at me. Like, it's about learning how to just make the most out of every moment. It's about my journey growing up without a dad, a point whereby I had so many self-esteem issues, a point whereby I was so rebellious at home. And it's such an in-depth book that gives you a bit, it brings you inside my life, and you get to see how I get to see the world through my eyes. And it was, when I finished the book, I've read it like twice now, and I even think I want to start it all over again, because I feel like it's speaking to me even as I speak to you guys, you my readers, you my people. It's basically speaking to me and always reminding me that, you know what, seasons come and go, and in everything that you go through, you need to learn how to take the lessons that you're learning from it and to make the best out of every single moment you go through. It doesn't matter if you've grown up without a dad, it doesn't matter if I mean, it does matter, but what matters the most is you learning how to make lemonade with all the lemons that life throws at you. And in this book, it's divided into, let me even give you guys a bit of the background. It's divided into around 5 or 6 chapters that speak about basically the challenges that you go through, especially if you're a lady in this world, and if you're a lady who's been raised up by a single mom, the kind of stigma you go through, the kind of challenges you go through, and it just shows you how you can get to overcome the victim mentality. So for those people who don't know, the victim mentality is basically a state of the mind whereby you tend to feel like every situation that happens in your life that's bad, you are the cause, or you're the causing agent of that situation. So you see these people who always say, like, for example, why do bad things always happen to me? Why am I always the unfortunate one? Why do men always leave me like that? Why do men always treat me like that? You know, those people who are always whining and complaining. Sometimes it's not because that's how they want to live their life. It's basically because of the situations they're in life, or the challenges they've been going through in their life. So this book is basically about how you can learn to snap out of the victim mentality, and how to live the best you can live with what you have in your hands, and how you'll make lemonade with all the lemons that life throws at you. So it's definitely a read that I would recommend to anyone out there. And if you want to get a copy of this book, please email me on my email that's in my description box, and I'll definitely get it to you. And the best part is I now am able to sell online copies, so you could buy it from any part of the world, and you'll be able to get it and read it at the comfort of your home or wherever you are. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you everyone for watching my video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video, because I had so much fun filming it and showing you guys some of the books that have managed to change my life, to change my perspective. And for me, reading is such a beautiful activity, because it's something that enables you to get into a different world that you're not in, and just learn to see things from other people's perspective, and just to grow your mind. And I think it's very important for everyone to be intentional about growing their minds, because I was even reading most of the mental health diseases we usually suffer when we're older is because we never used to exercise our brain, and one of the ways of doing that is through reading. So I hope that you guys are taking up this challenge. Even if you'll start with one book, just buy one book and just think that as a way in which you're stepping closer towards getting to your dream. So buy one book, start with that, and write down notes if it's going to make it easier and more interesting for you. But just do it. Even if it's one book a year, at least you're making a difference. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you really enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, because it's going to really support my channel. Also turn on notifications so that you're notified every time I put up a new video. Like this video if you enjoyed watching it, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for supporting me this far. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by June, and I am positive that that's going to happen. That's just 2 months, and in 2 months we can really make a big difference. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. You are amazing. I really thank God for you, and I pray that you may be able to live your best life now, and to just have the best time with your loved ones. Till next time, goodbye.